Hello, guys. Um, Welcome back. We're at lesson 4 discussion. Um, Again, here I am with my bullets and my non pulled up discussion. We are going over a tough situation at Magrec between Magrec and Parco. And we have our discussion question, which I also don't have simultaneously pulled up. Using cognitive distance theory, explain the actions of Pat, Dina, and Fred. Now, got quite a bit to go here, and that is the wrong discussion. Let me pull it too. So we got to start by understanding what cognitive distance is. It's theorized by Leon Festinger. Definitely gonna butcher that name. It is a state of contradicting thoughts and expressions, and the expressions of those thoughts. Naturally, cognitive dissonance creates an emotional unease, stress, and drives the person experiencing dissonance to find a solution to the dilemma. They feel that they need to find a solution. There are multiple outlets, which include changing the initial thought, changing the conflicting behavior, adding additional thoughts and behaviors, or disregarding the behavior altogether. In the tough situation at Magrec, the discoveries of a defective product leads to a monumental dilemma internally and externally. So they're having problems within the company and outside the company. Dina ignites our tough situation when she goes to Pat, her manager, and also her friend about a defective product they sold about 9 years ago to the company Parco, which is now Magrec's major customer. When presented the issue, Matt reaches out. Matt. His name should be Matt. Change his name to Matt. I'm messing it. Pat reach out to his manager Fred. Now, we're going through the hierarchy. Fred, who to gain an understanding as to why the wrongful business happened. After a seemingly just explanation, Pat relays what happened to Dina, and Pat wanted the issue to end there. However, Dina searched for justice. She went above Pat's head and went to the vice president and the manager's head, and went to the vice president, who then rectifies the 9-year-long wrongdoing while losing sales meeting the matter. Because of the decrease in sales, Fred attempts to rectify the situation by saying, "Fire Dina, Pat." So then that's ultimately putting the blame onto Dina, and obviously Pat slash Matt doesn't agree because he's best friends with Dina, but he felt like Dina did do wrong. He didn't agree with that, but he did feel like Dina did wrong, and we'll get to that point. Pat initially felt like he needed to bring the dilemma to Fred to fix it, who then tells him how to fix it. His higher up. He was saying that it was admissible, but the fallout the company faced all the blame is on Dina. Even by Pat's standards, and especially by Fred acknowledges it, and he even states, "I responded by accusing her of causing the problem in the first place by going to Parco." At this point, Pat is stressed from the fallout, and even though he had a choice, he knew initially the dilemma needed to be investigated because it was wrong. He knew it, but he only chose to pursue it that far. So consequently, Dina is being ostracized for her keeping her moral standards right and informing the vice president, and her emotional engagement to the company is just being shot because she's being ostracized. When she found something wrong, she decided the matter needed to be addressed in a way that was manageable for the company, and she decided to let her higher up know peacefully. If Dina had gone to Parco herself, the business would have been jeopardized, so she knew she could have done that. That was also an option that some people may have been like, "Hey, listen, can you maybe guarantee me a business and I'll give you some good information?" I don't know. Listen, she knew there was an option for her to go to them, and she chose to not go to them. So after the matter has been addressed, after Dina's snitched or told on the company, on itself, employees no longer listen to Dina, and her employment is affected by her job because she needs employees to listen to her in order to do their job. After the latter, Dina exhibits withdrawal behavior and beginning to be fired after sticking up. And she starts to beg to be fired after sticking up for what she believes was right for the company. That is just very tragic to happen. Her mood then becomes a contagion, which is why Pat blamed her this is why Pat blames her. It kind of validates Pat's belief, and then this is why Pat blamed her for everything that went wrong. The dissonance between these characters is why the company went through losses. If Pat had investigated further and communicated with the correct people, the fallout would have not been as bad as it was. Furthermore, if he had communicated back to Dina, and Dina would not be withdrawing. If he had communicated back, this is what my higher up said. I don't know what to do now. I don't know what you think is the best interest. He needed to communicate a little bit more. Obviously, if all employees should have been focusing on recovering from this loss, maybe offering them better customer service. I don't know. I feel like they focused on what hurt them too much in the first place instead of actually coming back. We all know that's not what makes us who we are. It's how we, come back from situations like this. And Dina believed that that was something that was possible. But however, the company did not exhibit signs. So it's very, very not tasteless. I can't use the word. Not effective management. Very poor management here. All right. Well, this is my list for discussion. I'm definitely just about to pass over 6 minutes. Enjoy. Have a good day.